Hello, I'm Leah Ellis. I'll be presenting on the autistic masking and the double mind experience. Autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, is a developmental condition that affects how people communicate, interact socially, and experience the world around them. It's called a spectrum because it looks very different from person to person, and some individuals may need significant support, while others may appear more independent but still experience challenges. One important part of understanding autism, especially for this presentation, is the concept of masking. Masking refers to the process of hiding or suppressing autistic traits in order to fit into social environments that are designed around neurotypical expectations. Research shows that this can involve both conscious and unconscious behaviors. For example, someone might rehearse conversations ahead of time so that they know what to say, or they might copy other people's facial expressions and body language to appear more normal. Masking often develops as a response to social pressure, especially to avoid misunderstanding, judgment, or exclusion. While it can help someone navigate certain environments, it also requires a lot of effort and can become both mentally and emotionally exhausting over time. This idea of constantly managing how you appear externally while feeling something completely different internally is what leads to the idea of a double mind. The idea of the double mind is a way to describe the internal strain of constantly balancing two versions of the self. When someone is masking, there are essentially two layers of experience happening simultaneously. The first is the internal self, which includes a person's natural thoughts, emotions, and reactions, or how they would behave if they didn't feel the need to filter themselves. The second is the external layer, which is described as a kind of performance, where behavior is adapted to fit into environments shaped by neurotypical expectations. This involves behaviors such as manually controlling facial expressions and tone of voice, or following social scripts. What makes this a double mind is that these two layers are happening simultaneously. It's not just switching between them, it's managing both at once. This often means constantly thinking things like, am I making enough eye contact? Did that sound natural? Or am I responding to the right way? This creates a constant state of self-monitoring and adjustment, which requires a lot of cognitive effort. Over time, maintaining the split between internal and external experience becomes mentally exhausting. Masking is not just a short-term social strategy, but something with significant long-term consequences. Studies link masking to increased stress, mental health challenges, and even identity loss. Because masking requires sustained effort across different environments like school, work, or social settings, it can lead to chronic exhaustion. This isn't just feeling tired, it's a deeper fatigue that continues to build over time. Masking is also associated with higher rates of anxiety and depression. The pressure to meet social expectations, combined with the need to avoid negative judgment, can create a constant underlying stress that over time affects overall well-being and self-esteem. Another detrimental effect is identity confusion. When someone constantly adapts their behavior to fit external expectations, it can become difficult to separate what feels authentic from what has been learned or performed, which leads to such a person feeling as if they have no idea who they actually are with no solid sense of self. There are also social consequences. Individuals who mask successfully may not be recognized as autistic, which can delay diagnosis or access to support. At the same time, because the effort behind masking is not visible, others may misunderstand or underestimate the challenges that the person is facing. Overall, masking allows individuals to navigate social environments, but it carries a heavy burden for mental health and sense of self. The concept of the double mind helps bring attention to the internal side of this experience. It shows that masking is not just about behavior, but about the ongoing mental effort it takes to balance two opposing sides of a personality. This leads to a broader implication that the issue is not just individual, but environmental. Many of the pressures that lead to masking come from expectations about what is considered normal behavior. Increasing awareness of masking and its effects can help shift these expectations and create more accepting environments, can reduce the need for masking in the first place. My sources.